Well, we're back out here. There is a breeze this morning, yesterday and today. We've had a good little breeze, but we came out here 2 weeks, or when I say we, I came out here 2 weeks ago. I didn't have a lot of equipment. I have a bunch of boxes with new frames. These colonies were a lot stronger than what I thought they were going to be last time, so I only had brought 6 deep boxes, added that to the stronger colonies. I brought the last of my drawn cone. What I'm going to do is go through these new boxes, these foundations. They either have drawn them out or haven't touched them or whatever it may be, but I'm going to have to manage it. If it is full, you know, add another box to it if they need it. If it's not, kind of pick frames here, make another box out of it, give it to one of the weaker colonies or something like that. But I'm going to bring it along. That blue colony was the aggressive one last time, so I'm going to wait on that one. I don't have my gloves on, which I probably should. Like I said, these are brand new. I haven't looked at them yet. I don't know what they're going to look like. If there's nothing in there, I'll just give them drawn cone, which, yep, they're working them. Looks like they're barely starting to draw them out. They got some burr comb in here. I have the feeders in here just because I didn't have enough frames to cover those, so I will give them empty drawn cone and probably move those boxes to the ones that don't really need a second box, but give them something to work on. Alrighty, so as I said before, we were here 2 weeks ago. These were new boxes, new frames, foundations. I just wanted to give the stronger ones opportunity to grow if they wanted to. Let's see, drawing burr them out. Now I had feeders in here because when they said watermelon pollination that you have to feed, I did feed these once in late May, and that's all I had to do. After that, it started flowing, so I just left the frames in, or the frame feeders in here, just because I didn't have enough frames to have the spacing equal. So what I'm doing in here now, I'm just going through here to see if they did anything, shaking off any bees, while making sure the queen, I'm stepping on the box, and then I have bees coming out at me. But when I bring add a new box of foundation on here, I always bring up a frame of brood. That gets the bees to work. You see they've drawn out a little bit on this one, got some burr comb, but they're storing a little bit of nectar, nothing on this side. So I will leave those 2 here if they need it, or take that to another colony. My whole thing is to make sure the queen is not in the top box. So I just rip this top box, give it to another colony that needs it. And they are gluing this down. This is, it was brood, but they backfilled it with, excuse the shadows, but now they're backfilling it with cotton honey nectar. So I will just add this into the new super. And I want y'all to be able to see that with the light. That's all full of cotton honey now. 2 weeks ago that was brood or eggs, whatever, or larvae I mean. And now they've emerged, and now they backfilled it with nectar. Still got a lot of drones in here. So now what I'm gonna do is just rip this whole box off, give them a queen excluder, and I'll record the video, or actually I'll show you. So now that you see, I have a couple frames that they drew out. They backfilled one of them with nectar. I'm gonna rip this entire box off, set it to the side for right now. I wanna make sure my queen's at the bottom. Look at this, I do have a mite treatment in here. But look at this, I'll take the treatment off. Burr comb full of bees. What I can do is go through here in any frames of honey, make sure that the queen has enough room. For instance, here, that's pretty ridiculous. That's already capped cotton honey. And I ripped that over there on that side. Now I need to manage the brood nest, because if I keep peeking in here, the bees didn't dry out, comb, and move up, but they're backfilling. Look at that, another cap frame. Lord. So I'm gonna shake all these bees off of here, make sure the queens are on here. Scoot this to the side. Guess what else we got here? Another frame back filled with cotton honey. And I want to make sure that the queen has enough room in the bottom brood chamber to lay. So I'm setting these to the side. I did checkerboard a couple frames in there, and you see if they've drawn that out or they're drawing it out, working on it. But any honey that I pull out, I'm gonna go ahead and give them the empty drawn comb that I was gonna put in the honey supers. I could put it directly in here. Now she has room to lay. Throw that to the side. Now she'll automatically have more room to lay. And I'm bringing the honey up. So, a little bit of management. Beautiful brood nest. We got a little bit of a queen cell or supersedure cell, and there's larvae in there. So, I do see eggs and larvae, so hopefully I'm right in time, because it looked like they were about to swarm or something. Normally swarm cells are at the bottom, but sometimes when they have that comb sticking out like that bird comb, they'll fly out on top, or have a queen cell on top as well. Brood as well, looking good. They're backfilling. Got some more queen cells on the bird comb. Knock those down, and I'll automatically be able to give her some room to lay. Like when you do run single brood chamber management, you do have to actually manage the brood chamber beforehand. Brood nest, brood as well. The rest is good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop open the brood nest in the middle where I got those honey frames. I'm going to get some of this drawn comb that I already have from when I extracted before. I've got some that are like partially drawn, or some that are mainly drawn, or some that have brood, or like this with pollen or anything else. This one goes right back in here. Now they'll have enough room for the queen to lay even more. Not really a great frame, but now I can clean this up, all this bird comb, because I'm going to add a queen excluder here shortly. I need to be saving this bird comb, but I don't. Alright, so now any frames that I am bringing above the excluder, see how bees crawled on here? I need to shake all the bees off, because I want to make sure the queen is below the excluder. Last thing I'd want to do is come out here and then all the drawn comb has nothing but brood in it. So all this here. Bees, they're bringing in pollen. I'm not taking the time to look for the queen. She makes it or she don't. I mean, that's what starts to happen out here. So now, hopefully y'all can see this on the camera okay. Now what I'm going to do is get all these bees on the outside or whatever else. You have to manage the brood chamber, especially on single brood chamber management. Add my queen excluder on. Now I can add my box here in a second. Now I've got my box added on. Drawn comb. Well, the frame frames that they were working. I'm gonna take that to another colony, one of these smaller ones. And since all the brood was at the bottom, pretty sure the queen was already at the bottom, but shook out most of the frames like this here. Shake them out. Cool. Shake it out. Those bees will fly right back. Now, all this honey that I already had from them, that I took from the brood nest, I'll bring up. Any drawn comb to make room. I will put below. Or put in this other box. I'm sorry, I know y'all can't see, but now I'm trying to manage, and I didn't have enough equipment for other boxes. But now that I have that and remove that box, I could add that to another colony and they could draw it out. More space, but like I already have sand in here. I already have cotton honey already ready. So that's how I'm managing with that. Now they have 3 frames already pretty much full. The rest is undrawn. Now they just take the time and fill her up with honey. I'll at least get a box off of it. Like I said, I have more equipment coming in, but it looks like I need to order even more. The yards there in San Angelo are doing crazy, amazing. Now before I add this, look at all these bees on here. I've got some red pollen. I don't know if the queen is on here, but they'll find their way back. Shake them off, make sure the queen isn't on. And if she's on the side over here, if she's on the side or in the front, they'll crawl and make their way back in. So now I got to do this to all the colonies, and that's got it drawn deep now. 3 frames already capped honey. Now I got it empty deep with some drawn combs, some empty frames. So I could just kind of pick it where I want to put them and go from there. Well, this is what it looks like when we're all said and done. All the drawn comb was put out. Bees shaking below, queen excluders above. Looking good. Those 2 are a little small, but it was fine anyway. They fill a single deep perfectly. I ran out of equipment, so. But looking good.